Let me ask you something. Have you ever seen a group of athletes so terrified of answering a few questions that they literally hide behind their coaches? That's exactly what happened at Alabama's media day this week. Two quarterbacks, both expected to be the faces of a national championship contender, vanished into thin air. Not injured, not on vacation, just gone. And let me tell you, this isn't just awkward, it's a red flag. When your team's leaders are too scared to talk to reporters, it says something deeply unsettling about the culture of that program. Personally, I think it's a symptom of a larger problem, a coaching staff that's more interested in controlling the narrative than building trust. What makes this really interesting is how it ties into Kalen DeBoer's entire approach to leadership. This man has a reputation for being a silent, enigmatic figure. He's the type of coach who'd rather let the players do the talking, except when they're the ones who need to be held accountable. If you take a step back and think about it, this isn't just about media day. It's about power dynamics. DeBoer's not just avoiding questions. He's creating a hierarchy where players are afraid to speak up. And let's be honest, when your starting quarterback is hiding from reporters, it's not just about media relations. It's about confidence. What does it say about a team when its leaders can't handle a few tough questions? It says they're fragile. And if you're wondering why I'm saying that, look at the context. Alabama just lost to Indiana, and now their QBs are acting like they've been told to stay in their rooms until the apocalypse passes. This isn't just about Alabama. It's a microcosm of a trend in college football where coaches prioritize secrecy over transparency. What many people don't realize is that this kind of environment stifles growth. When players are too afraid to voice their opinions, you don't get innovation, you get stagnation. And here's the kicker. The quarterback position is the most scrutinized in the sport. If you can't handle that pressure, how are you supposed to handle the pressure of a game? I mean, come on. If you can't answer a question about your role in fall camp, how are you going to lead your team when the stakes are life or death? This isn't just about Alabama's QBs. It's about the entire philosophy of modern college football. Coaches like DeBoer are creating echo chambers where players are trained to obey rather than to think. And if you think this is just a passing phase, you're wrong. The way this is playing out, skipping media days, avoiding accountability, it's a pattern. It's the same thing that happened with that disastrous fourth down call against Indiana. DeBoer's not just indecisive. He's creating a culture of fear. And here's what's even more fascinating. The quarterback competition itself. You've got a redshirt junior who's been waiting 4 years to start, and a 5-star prospect who's supposed to be the future. But instead of letting them fight it out in front of the cameras, DeBoer's keeping it all under wraps. Why? Because he's afraid of the truth. What this really suggests is that the coaching staff isn't ready to make a decision. They're still trying to figure out who the starter is, and that's a problem. Because if you can't name a starter by media day, how are you supposed to prepare for the season? And let's not forget the bigger picture. College football is a spectacle. Fans want to see the drama, the competition, the personalities. If you take that away, you're not just losing fans, you're losing your identity. So here's the question. When your team's leaders are too scared to face the press, what does that say about the team's chances of winning? Because if you can't handle the spotlight, how are you going to handle the heat of a big game? I'll tell you this. If Alabama's QBs can't even talk to reporters, they're going to have a hard time talking to defenders. And that's not just my opinion, that's the reality of football. The next time you see a quarterback hiding from the media, don't just laugh it off. Think about what it means. Because in a sport where every second counts, silence can be the deadliest weapon of all.